From the Stormtrack 6 Weather Studios, this is a severe weather update.
All right, we should be on. Good afternoon, I'm Storm Trek 6 Tika Von Labor. Well, we're back with another briefing with the strong and severe storms expected today. We've already had one round move through this morning on early morning Pitboy Doppler just to the east of Richmond. So to about Dayton. The line is about to move through Dayton. Got another pop-up storm just to the east of Hagerstown near Economy. There will be more storms to the west. The storms off to the west aren't developing yet. There's a mesoscale discussion for the severe storms that could fire up as early as 10 to 11 o'clock. We'll see what that does. But I want to switch over to the Lynx 3 real quick. I want to see if I could switch over to Lynx. So, tracking yet again the severe weather. Red mode is in effect till Thursday, then heat advisory conditions after that. Red mode is in effect for basically all of next week. So, as I've been showing the graphic all day, so the timing is now until early Thursday afternoon. So about 10, probably about 11 o'clock on Thursday. Probably about, probably gonna say about 11. It should be out of here by about 11 o'clock tonight. We will have a line of showers and thunderstorms producing 70 to 80 mile an hour winds possible, and tornadoes are likely. Damaging winds is the most risk. It's the highest risk overall, and hail is not that big of a threat, but it's still there. You need to have a plan and get ready to activate it just in case if we get tornadoes firing up. Currently at the International Airport, we're at 73 with a dew point of 70. The barometer is at 29.87, winds north at 11 miles an hour. It feels like 73. So, dew point levels, we're going to be between a moderate and a humid because of the because of the sun. We're going to be really, I'm not surprised if we hit 90s for feels like temps and heat index. So it's going to be hot out there if you're going to be outside. So here's a timeline for the storms, really. This is what I'm thinking. 2 to 5 for parts of western Indiana, areas like Lafayette, Crawfordsville, Greencastle, Terre Haute, Vincennes. Then 5 to 7 here in the metro. So Logansport, Kokomo, Noblesville Metro, and Columbus. Then it will move east into eastern Indiana by about 7 to 10 o'clock. Bluffton, Muncie, Connersville, Richmond, Greensburg, Rushville is in that track. So, and then it will continue moving east into parts of Ohio. I want to switch over to. I want to see if I can get over to early warning futurecast quickly. And I want to time this out. Let's get this at the other screen real quick. I just exit out of it. Okay. We'll try to get that. We'll try to get that back. Let's get back over to Lynx. So timeline for the storms. I'm thinking about 2 to 5 for Western Indiana, for Benton County, Warren County will come as a bow echo. So we're gonna have a line of thunderstorms with damaging winds in that, large hail, and isolated rotation is not out of the question. So we might get a couple of tornado warnings. I'm not surprised we get a couple. Yeah, I'm not surprised we get a couple of tornado warnings if this line produces enough rotation in the. Basically, I'm not surprised if we get a couple of touchdowns, which that might happen. It might not, but it matters on how this line will set up. So I want to switch back over to Futurecast real quick, the early morning Futurecast. And overall, it's doing an okay job on pinpointing where these storms are gonna be. Let me switch over to Futurecast. It's doing a pretty good job on pinpointing where the storms are. Let's look at the 10Z model. Let's look at this model. So this is about 9 o'clock. We're at 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock, the storms in parts of Illinois will start to initiate east of Springfield, moving into Lincoln. Then the line will start to curve out towards Champaign, Tuscola, north of Effingham. That will start the initiation for storms. If we get any storms, if we get any showers or thunderstorms ahead of the line, those could go tornadic, possibly. But the main tornado threat is in the thunderstorms, and if we get some possible supercells, which I'm not talking about the big boy supercells that just produce long track, violent supercell tornadoes. I'm talking about the ones that could go tornado warned and possibly just fizzle out. The line will have embedded areas of rotation. So this is about 2 o'clock. The storms will start to knock on the western parts of the state. So areas like Vincennes, Rockville, Terre Haute. It will start to push east. We will have a first round. We're going to have two. So we're going to have 2 rounds. So Rockville all the way up to about the Chicago to Gary area. Excuse me. So Rockville, Terre Haute, Vincennes, that storm will continue moving east. We'll have 2 rounds. The first round will move in by about 3 o'clock into parts of western Indiana. So areas like Rockville, Terre Haute, Vincennes, excuse me. Ooh. And areas west of Lafayette. Then we'll have the second band move through Terre Haute, Rockville, same areas, down to about Vincennes by about 4. Indianapolis will start getting in on the thunderstorm. I want to see if I can pop up our tool, our drawing tool, so I can show you guys the initiation where you see those possible supercells south of Bloomington, and it's mainly these areas south of Bloomington to about, I'm gonna zoom in on here, on to Bedford, Lagoudy, and Paoli. Those could go supercellular and produce rotation. Storms will be by itself, so it will produce possible rotating storms, and that's where the tornado threat comes in hand. Metro will start to get hit by the first round by about 4:30, 5 o'clock, then second round by about 5. We'll continue throughout 6 o'clock. Then the storms will be in eastern Indiana, so areas like Richmond, Portland, Albany, Greensburg, Milroy, Connorsville, Seymour, Salem. Then it will start to push off to the east. We could have some possible showers, wraparound showers from about Peoria, Lafayette, possibly Gary, as the storms will continue. We could get another band of some possible showers, and I'm not surprised if we get in on a couple of thunderstorms. So let's head out. So severe threats: a chance of rotation in the line and those isolated supercells ahead of the line. Damaging winds are the main threat, with winds up to 70 to 80 miles an hour. Severe hail is possible. Then 0.5 to 2 inches of rain west of Indianapolis. I'm not surprised if we get some higher areas. I want to switch over, if we can, to Storm Scan quickly, which is what we just had up for the stream. So let's start off with the satellite imagery. We're starting to get a bit of a clearing. Let me get up the drawing tool. Starting to get a bit of a clearing right in this area, and when we get a bit of a clearing, that means the sun will start to heat up the air, and that could start up, possibly make the storms worse, basically. And we already have a severe thunderstorm warning into parts of Illinois, so that means the storms are about to start initiating. But really, let's start off with the day 1 outlook. Everybody in the state of Indiana is under a level 3 of 5, but surrounding that, we have a big level 2 from about Chicago down to St. Louis, wrapping around to Bowling Green, Columbus, Detroit, and Flint. Then we got a big level 1 risk. We got a big level 1 for about Pittsburgh all the way down to Lubbock, and that level 2 does go into Little Rock and into Lawton, Oklahoma. Let's get to the tornado threat. Tornadoes are not a big threat, but it's still there. If you're north of Evansville, this does include Indianapolis, basically most of Indiana, central, southern, and northern Indiana have the biggest threat. I'm not surprised, which SBC might do this if they upgrade this area to a level 3 tornado risk, which I doubt that's gonna happen, but it might happen if we get these initiating supercells ahead of the main line. Then damaging winds are the big threat. It will come as a line, so everybody is under that 30% wind risk. So 70 to 80-mile-an-hour winds are going to be on the table. Then hail. Hail is kind of the big stumper. It's really going to be west of Indianapolis, so western parts of the state, Lafayette, Danville, Illinois, Attica, Bloomington, Vincennes, Sullivan, Greencastle, Rochdale, west to about Petersburg and Crawfordsville. So those are the main threats. Hail is there. We might get the Echo Tops are saying it could go all the way up to about 4 to 5,000 feet. So Echo Tops will start to go up if these storms will start to continue. So tornado safety tips. We will get a couple. I'm not surprised we get about a couple tornado warnings. So here are the safety tips if we get a tornado warning. So if you're at home, make sure you go to a basement or a small center room, which is a basement, a bathroom, a closet, into the interior part of the room. Stay away from all windows and cover yourself with a mattress or a blanket. If you're in a high rise, go to the lowest floor possible or seek shelter in the interior stairwells. Just go under the stairwells and duck and cover. And if you're in a mobile home, abandon that mobile home because it could get rolled around like a tornado. So 70 to 80-mile-an-hour winds, you need to evacuate that mobile home because it could flip and toss over. Find a substantial shelter like a gas station, a restaurant, a library, possibly, where you usually go take cover. And go to a public shelter or a local establishment if those storms are starting to bear down on you. So we're at the linear mode of the convective system. Damaging winds are the main threat. Hail is also there. Isolated rotation is also possible in that storm, which I'm not surprised. Here's hail. I'm not surprised if we get about nickel to about tennis ball size hail. We might get isolated areas of tennis ball, golf ball, and baseball size hail southwest of Indianapolis. And we're not going to have large apple to grapefruit, but I think it's mainly going to be in the non-severe and severe category where we could get those strong to severe storms. Storm damage scale, so 70 to 80-mile-an-hour winds, which we're expecting here at Indianapolis. Roofs damaged, mobile homes overturned, that will cause significant damage. We will have, I'm not surprised we get isolated, I mean isolated areas of up to 80 plus mile an hour winds, which windows will start to get blown out and strong structures damaged, and that could cause extreme damage. So what you got to do is find a plan and make sure you initiate that plan if any warnings go out. So precip chances: Wednesday, severe chance 50%. Thursday could have an isolated thunderstorm or two on Thursday, so 20% chance. Then on Monday, the storms we could get another area of some showers and thunderstorms. High temps across the state, we're going to hit 84 in the metro, 86 in Martinsville, 85 in Terre Haute, 83 in Lafayette, 83 in Crawfordsville. So we're going to be in the middle to upper 80s for most of the day. So 70s or 60s for your low, 67 in the metro, 68 in Shelbyville, Martinsville, and Greencastle, 65 Lafayette, 65 in Crawfordsville. So middle to upper 60 for lows overall. So 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you have time to prepare for the storms. Then by about 1, 2, 3 o'clock, those storms will start to fire up. We will get to a high of about 82 to 83 degrees, which I'm not surprised. Which we might get a feels like temp of 90 or 80 or upper 80s, which I'm not surprised if that happens. So today, strong to severe storms, wind south-southwest, 8 to 17. Tonight, 67, showers and thunderstorms, winds southwest 10 to 15. Juneteenth, possible thunderstorms 81, winds northwest at about 8 miles an hour. Then tomorrow night 65, mainly clear, so no storms tomorrow night. Let's get to the 7-day forecast. And 85 for your Wednesday. So then Thursday, isolated showers and thunderstorms. Friday, sunny, 87. Then we're going to be on red mode for Saturday through Tuesday for hot and humid conditions. 91 on Saturday, then 94 for Sunday and Monday. Then Tuesday we're going to be at 93, which let's hope we get the rain. We're going to hope we could get some rain from these storms. So I want to actually switch back over to the Futurecast model real quick. And I want to switch it over here. So let's time it back out before we end it off here. So here's 3 o'clock. Let me see if any new runs came in. If we did, we're gonna, yep, we got a new run coming in. So let's time the new run out. Here's 9 o'clock. We had those thunderstorms east. Here's 1 o'clock. We could have initiating supercells southwest of Indianapolis. Then we'll have one round move through by about 3. That could produce some damaging winds and hail. Isolated, those could be supercellular, where you see the hooking area northeast of Carmel. Then Bloomington, Vincennes will get in on it. Everybody will get in on the thunderstorm chance. I'm not surprised if any of these will produce about 1 to 2 inch hail. Then that will move out of here by about 12 o'clock. We could get some wraparound showers. If you're further south to about Sullivan, Bloomington, Bedford, you could get in on some more showers. And I'm not surprised we get into also thunderstorms. So if we get any severe thunderstorm warnings coming out, or actually, hold on, let me switch over back to early morning pinpoint Doppler. Which, do we have it up? I want to load up early morning pinpoint Doppler, switch it over here. So again, initiating storms off to the west. We already got some showers into parts of Illinois, and I think we have a clearing in Indianapolis. We might have a clearing. So those storms are going to start firing up by about 10, 11 o'clock. Start to move east. Should be out of here. Should be out of the state by about 8 o'clock. So whenever we get some storms, I'll break in, let y'all know what happens, and we'll try to stay on until those storms start to die out. So thanks for watching.